Okay, today we're going to take a look at Ben. It's his first year throwing Javelin, and let this run a couple times. I put this little yellow L here because of your right leg action. Right here, it's getting ready to push, okay? Left leg pulls, right leg pushes. Okay, so it's pushing off, but then this foot comes back behind. You want to keep that foot underneath the knee. Okay, see how it's getting horizontal back here behind you? So, yeah, you want to keep the knee right about that position there, underneath the knee, okay? And driving forward. You're only doing a 5-step here, which is, let me get rid of this here. So he's doing what I call a 5-step. He's starting out with the first motion is pulling with the left leg. Okay, so he's pulling and pushing at the same time. Left leg pulls, right leg pushes. So there's the first step is the left leg. That's 1. Right leg's 2. Left leg's 3. And then the final 2. 4, 5. Okay. All right, let's go back here to the beginning a little bit. Now let's look at where the javelin's at and where your face is looking at. Okay, your eyes are off looking here to the right, or looking toward the javelin. Try to keep your eyes looking down where you're going to throw at. Keep that javelin tip, remember, right next to your face, even touching maybe your brow right here, to make sure you have contact. Make sure that javelin doesn't get away from your face, like you see immediately right here. See the gap? Okay. Try to keep the palm up too. It looks like you got it rotated with the thumb in, rotated forward. Try to keep the thumb horizontal. So palm is basically upward. Okay. Now the left foot's fine. It's 45 degrees. The right foot comes down at 90 degrees right here. Okay. You don't want to do that. You want to keep both feet about 45 degrees. And you want to keep that tip next to your eye. And let's see what else we can see here. It's good with the left arm. Left arm's not going behind you, giving you kind of a back and forth with the shoulder motion. That's good. You're keeping it shoulder or in front. Good. We only had one lesson last summer, so he remembers a lot of the things we talked about. Okay. Right here, that's good. You got a good stretch. This is almost becomes a C, this left leg here, where it really drives you forward. That also sets it up to stretch all those muscles so that it can spring back forward while the both feet are in the air. So you got it delayed back here. See, it's still dragging behind. You want it to spring forward. So by the time that right foot lands, that left foot is well ahead. So it lands quickly. You can see that it's actually, when the right foot lands, the left foot is still behind the right foot. You want that left foot in front so you can get a quick down and into the throw. All right, so right here, yeah, see right here, you want that foot not at 90 degrees again, but you want it about 45, and hopefully you don't have any spikes in that heel so you can turn that foot. Okay, you should be driving that heel around right now to the outside and driving that knee forward and down. And by the time the left foot lands right here, okay, you want that left arm down. This all looks good. You want to have, when that left foot's down, you want to have the greatest distance between that left leg and that arm. So you want to keep that arm extended back. You can see how the javelin is way away from your head now. Okay, it's aimed off this way. Keep that thing aimed, because you're a beginner. We're going to keep that thing aimed linearly, straight down the field. Okay. Trying to see if you're holding that javelin steady here. I'm watching the tail. Make sure it doesn't drop back. Make sure your arm doesn't sink. A lot of times when people land right here, it's a hard landing, especially if you go too high in the air, and the javelin and the arm will come down. I don't really see that, so that's good. Okay, so at this point right here, you want to have that right hip being driven forward, so you're not turning this foot. This heel's got to come out, the knee's got to go forward. You've got to drive that right hip forward, especially you're going at slow speeds too right now. So you can almost probably keep both toes, the left foot planted and the right toes probably could still be on the ground when you're getting to your release. Okay, you can see the bend in the javelin right here because you're pulling it on the grip this direction toward the throwing direction. This is a good block here. I like the left side. Shoulders down, right elbow or right shoulders high. You got a good high release here. Just gotta, yeah, keep the right foot in line back here and the right knee going forward and driving that right hip ahead so you can pull the javelin and get a good stretch across your body. Okay, see you see the bow on the javelin here, and then it goes opposite right here. So you're pulling a lot of side stress on that javelin, and you can see what's going to happen. It's going to turn sideways on you. You never want to have the javelin turn sideways like that. You're putting a lot of stress on your elbow there. Those inner muscles or tendons on the inside, you don't want to do that. You can see how the javelin's landing sideways right here. Okay, all you should be able to see is just the dot where the tail is, and then when it lands, you want that tail to be pointing straight back at you, not off to the right. That definitely tells you you're swinging it around. Okay, that should give you enough to practice on over the next week before your next meet. All right, looking forward to your next videos. Thanks, Ben.